This video covers adding integrated voice devices in the PotterFire panel configuration software and their associated settings. This section explains the VM1000 module, outlining its role in the voice evacuation system, configuration settings, priority control features, and how to add modules like SB24s, along with detailed options for adjusting microphone and auxiliary input settings, are also discussed. Settings for the VM1000 can be accessed under the navigation tab labeled VMRM1000. Every integrated voice system requires a VM1000 at address 1, which functions as the system's master unit. By default, when a voice panel is created using File, New Panel, a VM1000 is automatically added at address 1, and this address cannot be changed. The VM1000 can be given a 20-character custom description using the name field. If SB24 modules are being added to the system, they must be physically connected to the VM1000 using the provided ribbon cables and then added in the software under the VM1000 configuration. SB24s must be added in sequential order. The priority drop-down menu sets the control priority level for the microphone and buttons connected to that specific VM1000. The paging timeout in seconds setting defines the maximum duration a live page can continue without the microphone's push-to-talk button being released and re-engaged. A setting of 0 means no timeout. This safeguard prevents a stuck microphone from blocking system operations by automatically ending the page after the configured time limit. V-Link acts as the audio backbone for the Potter integrated voice system. The terminals labeled V-Link in on the VM1000 at address 1 are dedicated to the Class A return path and are not used on other VM1000 units. The V-Link circuit can be set to either Class A or Class B using the drop-down menu. Additional settings for the VM1000 can be accessed by clicking the plus sign next to the device in the list. These settings include microphone volume, auxiliary input volume, and Ethernet port configuration. This section outlines the process for adding LOC1000 and RM1000 ECS devices in the configuration interface, including device selection, SB24 module limitations, and specific configuration requirements for remote microphones and associated components. When adding an LOC1000 or RM1000 ECS, you must first click the Add Device button in the VMRM1000 navigation window. After that, use the arrow in the type column to select the appropriate device, either a VM1000 for use with an LOC1000 or an RM1000 ECS. Selecting the RM1000 ECS disables the option to add SB24 modules, whereas selecting the VM1000 allows them. When adding an LOC1000, all components, including the VM1000 and LCD annunciator, must be added separately. SB24 modules in LOC1000s replicate the button functions of the main panel's VM1000 at address 1. SB24s must be added in sequence. They cannot outnumber those in the main panel. When the RM1000 ECS is expanded in the configuration interface using the plus sign, no auxiliary input option will appear, as this device lacks auxiliary input functionality. However, microphone volume and IP configuration settings remain accessible. This section covers how to add amplifiers to the system, configure options like channel setup, backup amplifiers, speaker circuits, and custom naming for amplifiers. The Amplifier tab is where amplifiers are added to the system. By default, if single channel is selected in General Options, a single channel amplifier will be added when the Add Device button is clicked. If dual channel is selected instead, a dual channel amplifier will be added. In single channel mode, the options under the Type tab include single channel amp, single channel 5070 INT, and dual channel amp. The 5070 INT is an independent selection because it provides only 4 Class A or Class B speaker circuits, whereas the other amplifiers offer 8 circuits regardless of class. Dual channel amplifiers are an option because they can be used in single channel mode to serve as backup amplifiers or to provide additional wattage for the system. If dual channel is selected in General Options, the only available amplifier in the list will be the dual channel amp. Amplifiers can be assigned a custom name in the name column, and this name will appear under the device column in the points menu, as well as on the annunciator if there is a device trouble. Amplifiers are a P-Link device and must be assigned an address between 1 and 31. Being a P-Link device offers the ability to individually map speaker circuits. That address will be entered in the address column. The speaker voltage is selected from the output voltage drop-down menu. In single-channel mode, both 25-volt and 70-volt options are available. Note that the SCA 2525 and SCA 5025 do not support 70-volt output. In dual-channel mode, when selecting the 70-volt option, a reminder will appear that the 70V1000 module must be installed. The backup scheme setting determines whether a backup amplifier is used. If no backup is selected, the system will operate without one. For a single-channel system requiring a backup, a dual-channel amplifier will be used, and the built-in backup option will be selected. If a single-channel amplifier is selected, no backup option will be available. For a dual-channel system needing a backup, the BUA1000 backup will be selected. A dual-channel amplifier can also be used in single-channel mode with no backup scheme selected. In that configuration, the amplifier doubles its output wattage capacity. For example, the DCA10025 has a maximum wattage of 200 watts, instead of the 100 watts offered in dual-channel service. Speaker circuits can be independently configured as Class A or Class B using the drop-down menus for each circuit. If the SCA5070 INT is selected as the amplifier, circuits 5 through 8 will be grayed out and unavailable for selection. For more information about Potter products, please visit our website at pottersignal.com. To access additional training resources, check out our online training portal at academy.pottersignal.com. Stay connected with us on social media for the latest updates and news.